Well, hello everyone, and we're just about to have a chat with the director of the world's largest food and beverage trade fair, uh, Anuga, Jan Phillip Hartman, and he's going to fill us all in about this year's event. Hi, Jan, how are you?
Hi Kim, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very good, and I'm also very excited because I'm coming to Anuga this year, and it's my first ever.
Nice, great. By the way, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell me, let's start off with what changes have been made since the last Anuga in 2023. What can visitors expect this year?
Well, since the last edition, we've implemented several strategic changes actually to strengthen our position as the world's largest international trade and marketplace for
Mm,
the beverage, food and beverage industry. A particular highlight is the introduction of our newest segment, Anuga Alternatives, which meets the growing demand for alternative proteins and their products, of course.
mm,
And we have also restructured the hall layout to make the visitor experience and the visitor flow even more efficient throughout our halls. We brought together thematically related areas closer together, actually. We promote synergies and reduce walking distances, making it easier for our visitors to explore the full spectrum of innovation. Um, and speaking of innovation, the Boulevard of Innovation, which will be located in our Boulevard North here in our venue, will be a central feature offering a dedicated space where participants can discover cutting edge products, meet over 80 startups, which is quite a high number.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
explores
80, okay.
well, yeah, I mean, we want Anuga to give a whole
That's
overview about the global industry. So it does not help to only have, let's say, like 10 startups from Germany. We really want the startup area to be really international
mm,
uh, and make Anuga a place where you can explore the latest trends, right?
mm,
And I think these changes ensure that Anuga 2025 will be an even more connected, even more inspiring and business-driven platform for both our
mm.
exhibitors and our visitors.
It's
And as
really
I mentioned, it will be the biggest Anuga of all time.
It's really exciting to hear about the inclusion also in terms of the alternative proteins. We've just had news in the last week that the Australian Food and New Zealand Australian New Zealand Food Standards Body has granted approval to, well, we're one step closer to cultured meat being approved within Australia as a novel food. So it's
Great.
such a dynamic and fast evolving sort of section and market for food and beverage. So that'll be fantastic.
It is. And if you think about that, some countries do not follow the same way, right?
Mm,
Um, it is, there are some doubters in the world, right? And I think it is a way to help everybody on this planet to get the nutrition they need in the future
mm,
when we maybe have exceeded the number of people we can actually feed, right?
mm,
Um, so this is a new way how we can make the world a better place, and we want to
mm,
give exactly those countries and these companies who are investing in these technologies a platform at the
mm.
biggest stage on the planet. Yeah.
What emerging trends or innovations can visitors sort of expect when they visit this year?
Yeah, we are seeing clear signals that the future of food lies in personalization, also
Mm,
sustainability and innovation, of course. Consumers are looking for products that support their individual health goals, right? From immunity to gut health, and
mm,
demand is growing for functional, nutrition-enriched foods. Having mentioned sustainability, I think it continues to be a major driver. We see ingredients like broad beans, lupin coffee, or fermented juices show how climate-friendly alternatives are becoming mainstream at the moment.
mm,
And we also see strong momentum around alternative proteins, whether plant-based, cultivated, or hybrid, which we are highlighting in our new segment, which I have mentioned before. Part is that our exhibitors bring these topics to Anuga, right? We have our our key theme, sustainable growth, which sets a spotlight on sustainability and the recycling industry as well. We have formats like Anuga Organic, Anuga Alternatives, which highlight ecological products and sustainable value chains. We are trying to reflect all this on the stage program or in the stage program, including our trend zone, where the newest trends will be presented by many of our partners all day long, 5 days, like over the whole duration of the show. We have Anuga Organic on stage, a stage which is dedicated only to organic products and the trends and, well, the industry, the organic industry worldwide. And we have Anuga Horizon on the Anuga Horizon stage. And all are fully dedicated to these topics, focusing on alternative protein sources, upcycling, recycling, innovative approaches in general for more sustainable food products. And I believe as a beacon and content leader, Anuga sets important impulses for the industry and brings together the global community to support the development of worldwide solutions. And exactly this bringing together of the global community, bringing companies and innovators, well, decision makers together, this makes Anuga so special, right? This is how we reflect on these trends, or maybe it's not a trend anymore. It's more like an ongoing topic, right? A
Yeah.
worldwide global topic. So it is us creating the platform and the events and the stage program, but it's also the power of our exhibitors who bring the products, which reflects these trends and directions. I would say it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, let's sort of bring it back from my perspective, like back home into Australia. We have such a strong agricultural base, but we also have we really do have a growing food tech sector as well. What what do you see, or how do you see the role of Australian food and beverage manufacturers evolving on the global stage?
Well, I agree to what you said. I can see that on all the trade shows I'm visiting. As soon as there's an Australian pavilion,
Right.
well, yeah, I mean, you can see it everywhere in the world once you open your eyes and visit. And that's important for me to see these developments, well, right? Because what I can say from here, I'm based in Cologne, Europe. I have been to Australia only once. But what I can say from these experiences is that the Australian food and beverage sector is rapidly evolving. You can see a development each time you meet these exhibitors or the National Pavilion. And you can see a strong focus on quality, sustainability, and innovation in both agriculture and food tech, right? As a global leader in agriculture 4.0, Australia is embracing robotics, machine learning, and bioscience while addressing challenges like drought and bushfires. Something we don't have that much, I would say, in Europe. And you have to develop ideas and solutions to these challenges. And I think the Australian industry shows exactly how to tackle some of these challenges, right? And well, your key exports are beef, wheat, and dairy, right? Especially to Asia. And the country, I believe, is positioning itself as an innovator in bioproducts, in functional foods, and sustainable packaging. And well, Anuga plays a vital role in supporting Australia's international growth by providing global visibility and access to new markets and buyers. And with formats like the Boulevard of Innovation and the Startup Area, we offer a platform to Australian companies to showcase their innovations. Anuga fosters valuable networking and knowledge transfer
That's
with
right.
global decision makers, right? With investors and research institutes, and with its focus on sustainability, innovation, and digitalization. Anuga helps bridge Australia's strength and enables ongoing growth through digital connections and lead tracking. And that is what Anuga is there for. It's a platform to set up, to bring together exhibitors, visitors, innovators.
Tell me, what would be your top 3 reasons for people to attend Anuga this year?
You mean besides the 8,000 exhibitors and around
Yeah.
150,000 expected
Yeah,
visitors,
apart from being the
right?
world's biggest and, all of those really amazing things.
Well, first, as I said, it is the world's largest trade fair for food and beverages, and well, it will be the biggest food
Mm,
and beverage event in the history of our planet, right? This, to me, alone would be reason enough to go.
mm,
But additionally, Anuga is offering, I mentioned it before, unmatched opportunities
mm,
um, for international business and access to new markets, right? So that would be the first point. Second, Anuga brings 10 specialized trade shows under one roof, and by this gives visitors a deep dive into every aspect of the industry
mm,
with targeted business opportunities. And sometimes I think to myself, well, 10 trade shows under one roof, that is just a number, but it is not. It is not about the number of trade shows. It is about what kind of detailed overview you can get about the whole industry, right? And
mm.
finally, the third point is Anuga is a major innovation driver, showcasing the latest trends and developments that will shape the future of the food and beverage industry. And nowhere in the world can you find more innovations, more trends, more products, and more product innovation than in our halls here in Cologne. Nowhere are
Mm,
more startups represented than on our boulevard of innovation, and nowhere can these startups, as well as other or all exhibitors, meet more decision makers by quantity and quality, by the way, than here in Cologne. So I
mm.
believe these are three really good reasons why you should attend Anuga this year.
Yes, indeed. I tell you what, I'm almost already counting down. I worked out I think it was something like 5 months and 4 days or something.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yes. In that direction. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's look, thank you so much for your time. And I think it's really exciting, and it'll be great to get there and to see exactly what you've been talking about, cutting edge of food and beverage manufacturing in the world. So
Yeah,
thanks, Jan.
I'm looking forward to that too. Thank you so much for having me, Kim. Well, have a good time until
Yes.
Anuga. I hope I see you here.
Yes,
As I said, 8,000 exhibitors. They keep me quite busy, but
I
maybe
bet.
we can just have a quick chat or maybe a coffee.
Sounds
Just give us some
wonderful.
information when you're here. Maybe we can just then meet in person. That would be great.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks so much, Jan.
Thank you, Kim. Take care.
You too.